Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Majestic. Stop eating it! Majestic Mayhem. Sorry, guys. I'm Death Dealer.
I'm
I'm Death
Cozy
Dealer.
Palooza.
She's lactose intolerant, eating mac and cheese.
It's so good. It's made with smoked Gouda.
I can't.
Smoked Gouda.
Okay, fine. I'll allow it because good is good, but still. Tonight we will be discussing movies we will regret watching. Now, this is our opinions. I don't care if someone else worships this movies. Good for you. I'm glad you like them. Somebody had to. These are just our personal opinions and how we feel about it.
Woot woot.
And I am more than happy to listen to anybody else's regrets, movie wise. If we talk in regular regrets, we're gonna be here all night with just one
Yeah.
person. So let's keep it to movies. We regret movies, watching these movies. So, you know what? Cozy said she got a few in the bag, so I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay. My first one. This is a very obvious one. Alien Covenant.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness. That's one of those the few movies where I went and saw it and had to just like walk out. Like I couldn't get through it. I it and my issue was if the people in it were like dumb. And I give a lot of grace to people being like dumb in movies cuz there's those instances where oh my goodness something happens. Like well these people aren't trained to handle it except these people are like scientists and stuff in charge of lives and they're all just so
Bad at their job.
yeah. Like I I can't even fully tell you what happened in the movie because um I made it as far as the whatever the part where I think it was like the lady who's like freaking out and accidentally sets everything on fire.
Mhm.
I made it that far and then I was like I can't handle this anymore. I can't. I can't. This is frustrating me. Like it was frustrating. It was frustrating. It was just so I'd never seen such a collection of stupid people just doing stupid things in a movie that made no sense for like scientists and people that were supposed to have, you know, 2 cents to rub together, but they had none. They had none. They were poor in change, in mental change.
I can agree with that because, yeah, as someone who grew up with a scientist in the family and had to deal with a lot of their quirks, um, yeah, the complete disregard of safety protocols was extremely aggravating to me to watch because, yeah, like you said, there were certain things that nobody would do. So it makes
Yes.
sense. Makes complete sense. Hey, legendary Yobi.
Woo, Yobi! Yeah, I didn't think it could get any dumber than them running in like Prometheus.
Yeah, no, yeah, you know what? I mean, you got a point there. You got a point there. But I can do you one better on that with just my first pick alone, because this one started the beginning of a nightmare spiral series, as far as I'm concerned. And it's not a nightmare in like an, ooh, that's scary. It's a nightmare as in a, why do they keep making them? Um, Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
I cannot stand those movies. They are cheaply made, cheaply written, special effects are crap. I mean, the first one was so boring and so long. If I have to hear one more person freak out over the fact that a door closed by itself, so help me God, I'm going to start ripping people's thoughts out. Like I'm just gonna go on a mass raping spree. Everybody's getting raped, taking everyone's souls this week. Like those movies aggravate me so no end.
I
and they never make sense.
I understand what you're saying because my issue with the paranormal activity movies is people. So so horror movies. I'm one of those people that's like, I get it. There's certain things you don't do in horror movies because it's just stupid, right?
Mhm.
I get that, and I won't do them because I'm not gonna go into like a haunted asylum and hang out for the night. But I
Hey,
think,
the walls are bleeding. It's time to pack.
yes, yeah, I think that's the problem. Like, I get like the movies where paranormal stuff happens in a different place,
Yeah.
and the people are putting themselves in danger, even though it's stupid.
Mhm.
And it makes sense. But
Yeah.
in the sense of like some normal people going about their day, if you know weird stuff starts to happen, objects start levitating around your house. You know what? Never mind. Well, no, I guess it's different. Um, you move. I guess in Poltergeist they didn't. But in Poltergeist, it kind of was like a little different because it was silly and funny at first. They were doing silly, funny things, engaging things, and then they run off with the daughter.
Mhm.
So I guess that makes it a little different because they weren't presenting the poltergeists weren't presenting themselves in a creepy manner at first.
No, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I don't know. Maybe because the activity movies have tried to tie themselves together and like continuations of the stories and like
Yeah.
prequels and then fast forwards and stuff. Like it just it's so and I'll be honest, one of the main reasons I also despise them so much is because I didn't see them until they had been out for a little while and I saw the first 3 back to back with a friend of mine, and this friend of mine was in the military and was home on leave and was like, "You've got to watch these movies. They're like the scariest movies. You're going to love them. You're going to love them." And I'm like, okay. So, yeah, his mom and I made fun of him the whole night. The
Yeah.
whole night. We kept making jokes about, did you hear that? We think the door just shut. You might want to go check and make sure. Hey, just go check. Go look, go look. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? It sounded like somebody scraped on the window. Did you hear that? Someone knocked on the door. This is not scary. This is ridiculous, and we're making fun of you for it because it's ridiculous the whole time. But I am that kind of friend. I will make fun of my friends
Yeah, I mean,
who I
I
am.
I thought a lot of it could have been better if um but I really my problem with them ultimately is I have a problem in movies where it's sort of like where I guess there's no reason that you wouldn't pack up and leave. Like certain kind of horror movies where it's like they get themselves into like a situation where they're like say in the middle of nowhere or something,
Mhm.
and like one person has the car keys and that person disappears. It makes sense. And the person who has the car keys is the one who wants to stay and they disappear or whatever and won't give you the car keys. I get that. But you're in the house around other people.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you just be like, okay, you know what? The house is yours. I'm gonna go somewhere else.
You can enjoy this. I'm out of here. No, I mean, well, the first Paranormal Activity, it's brought on because the boyfriend makes fun of the girlfriend for having this demon, and instead of taking it seriously, he antagonizes it. That would be my cue to break up and leave.
Yeah,
Y'all
I
ain't
remember.
married, you
I
got
vaguely
no
remember
kids.
the first
Pack
one, and I
your
do
stuff
remember that he
and
was a
go.
jerk.
Yeah, and it's like at the end, I'm gonna ruin and I'm gonna spoil the movie for you if you haven't seen it. It's like been like 20 years, so you're about
Uh
20 years behind on that. I don't know how old it is. It's old though. Um, he deserves to die. He absolutely deserved it. Do I think it was bloody enough? Absolutely not. No. He deserved to be thrown around a whole lot more and bashed up and torn apart a whole lot more and a lot bloodier. But did I feel bad for him? No, not in the least bit. Did I feel bad for her? No, not in the least bit. Should get yourself a shiny new spine. Might be able to stand up straight.
oh. Aw. But yeah, I do remember that he was like a jerk. I didn't remember the circumstances, but I do remember he was a jerk.
He antagonized it. He did nothing but antagonize the dang thing the whole time. And what makes that move that entire series so much funnier is I had somebody a few years ago. I did a secret Santa gift exchange with a bunch of friends one year, and someone actually got me like the entire collection of those movies. Oh my god, I about lost my mind. I I was not. I didn't open them. I ended up regifting them to someone else, and
Aw.
I'm not ashamed to say they would have done nothing but sit on my shelf for the next 50 years because my kid's not watching those either. For
No
crying out
paranormal
loud,
activity for her?
no, she's not a fan of a lot of these things. I mean, she loves scary movies, absolutely, but like she has taste. Like, one of her favorites is the original black and white Vincent Price House on Haunted Hill.
Ah.
I don't care how long ago that movie was made. That movie is still amazing to this day. It's got phenomenal acting, and for the time and period in which it came out, the special effects are pretty good. Are they great now by today's standards? No, but it's still a really good movie and holds up beautifully. And Vincent Price is creepy as all get out when he wants to be. Yeah, my kid's got good taste.
Aw. Aw.
Yobi, I don't know. Jason, Michael Myers, and Freddy, they do count.
Don't tell me! Don't please! Don't, if you are going to say what you call it is wrong, then I disagree.
No.
Jason in space, Jason X.
He says they give nightmares, and I do not want nightmares. No thanks. It's not horror. It is horror, though. I mean, realistically, and again, my personal thought and opinion, a lot of the older horror movies actually are very political in their messages. They're just not completely in your face with it. Um, a lot of them have a weak female character in the beginning who ends up becoming a complete badass throughout this whole thing and actually stands up for herself and does a really good job at it. Um,
Yeah.
are there stereotypes that Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, and Freddy Krueger personally had a hand in making? Absolutely. I mean, that whole, teen sex thing. But even then, those were misconstrued because if you look back in the original Friday the 13th, no, it's not the, no, not the original. I want to say it's Jason Goes to Hell. I think it might be Jason Goes to Hell. He actually stops on a condom wrapper, and the whole point the director was trying to make is that unsafe sex kills you. But people just heard sex kills.
Aw.
But it was supposed to be unsafe sex kills you because it was at the height of the AIDS epidemic. So it was a political message, but not a completely in your face, I'm going to annoy you with it type thing. But
I think a lot of times I don't know, I feel like a lot of times one of the good things about horror movies is because you can say a lot with horror movies
yeah,
in ways that might you might not think about in other genres.
yeah.
Like, what was the movie? Was it, I'm trying to think of the name of the movie. It's like got Emily Mortimer, and she's like taking care of her like ailing mother. It's not necessarily political, but it's like a deep being meaningful because like about a lot about like loss and stuff like that. But it's a horror movie.
Oh, old people. The one with the old people's home.
No,
Because the only one I can't even think of who's in that one. I just remember the
The one
last
that
one I watched about something like that was
was
an
that a
old,
newer one?
kinda, yeah, it's a
That's the one
couple
with
years
Barbara
old.
Hershey, where she's like old and she's been moved to an old people's home, and the people are really weird.
Yeah, they're like sacrificing people and stuff.
Yeah,
It's yeah. It was it was one of those movies that was like, I'm not sure if I like this or not, but I'm okay with it. Old people can be weird.
I kind of liked it, especially how it ended.
That's funny. But yeah, Yobi, Jamie Lee Curtis still looks great after all these years. Halloween was her first movie, actually. Carpenter gave her her first shot in a real movie. It, or the clown from it, yeah, he was pretty scary as a kid. After I became an adult, he wasn't much of a threat to me anymore. Because if I hadn't seen him as a kid, I know he's not a danger to me as an adult. So it was like, nah, no big
I
deal.
was, I guess, I was never really afraid of clowns.
Hmm.
It wasn't until I was an adult that I actually understood why people would be like, "Oh, clowns are creepy."
I don't have a fear of clowns, and people crack up because they're like, "Well, you don't like clowns." No, I don't. I don't like clowns, and there's a reason I don't care for clowns. I feel like it's a cop out when people use it as a scary Halloween costume or something to scare in their haunted trails. I feel like it's a cheap cop out. Clowns themselves, whether or not they're supposed to be evil, are creepy. Um,
Yeah.
they're wearing only makeup and they look nothing. You can't tell who's underneath the makeup. It's just always been one of those weird things to me that it's like when we used to have the clear face masks that you could get at Halloween. It's clear. I can see your face, but I still don't know who you are right away unless I really put effort into looking at it. And that I always find unnerving. I wouldn't say scary so much as it's unnerving to me. I want to be able to see who I'm looking at and know exactly right away who I'm looking at. With clown makeup, that's not really the case. Oh, hey, Timmy.
Timmy! Yeah,
Ah,
I don't know. I guess I never really bothered with clowns, but
I used to go to the circus a lot when I was a kid, so they never bothered me. It wasn't until I was older that it dawned on me when I could see someone in their makeup and not realize like who it was. Maybe if my family hadn't have known one of the clowns, it never would have dawned on me that that's how I realized it because my parents were friends with a clown and saw him all the time without makeup. And the second he put on makeup, I couldn't pick him out of a lineup if I tried. And
hmm,
that's when I kind of went, this
good
is
to know.
creepy. This is creepy.
We should do a flash mob of only people you know, but all dress up like clowns.
I've
Just
learned
for
to
you.
pick up different things and ways to have figure out who they are. There are much better ways now that I'm older to figure out who someone is, such as the way they walk.
Fine, then we'll also all be on stilts.
It's still not going to help. I'm still going to know.
Not for all on stilts.
I know quite a few people that use them. So, yeah, no, I know who they are.
I'm gonna trick you.
I mean, you can try. There are probably easier ways to do that. If you want to trick me, I would recommend those clear masks.
I don't like those. They're creepy.
Why?
Creepy.
Oh, hey, doggy. How's it going? Hope you're enjoying your Sunday evening. It's too funny.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's your second movie that you regret watching?
I think it was what X-Men, one of those X-Men movies. Uh, um, X-Men. Was it Apocalypse? I think. Yeah, I think it was Apocalypse. Uh, I remember watching the movie and just feeling like I had a headache, and I was like, oh, I don't feel good at all. So, and I was with my friends, and we were all watching the movie together in the theater. And so I leave, go sit outside for a bit, and I'm like, until I feel a little better. Then I go back inside, and the
Mm.
headache starts coming back. So I like just lay there, kind of close my eyes for a bit, and then I open them, and I'm getting like queasier and queasier. Go to the bathroom, throw up, and I feel perfectly fine when I get back outside. So I don't go back into the movie, and then that's when I realized the movie was making me sick.
That happens. That happens. That has actually happened to me one time, and it was the most embarrassing moment. So, of course, I'll tell you guys. Why not? It's fine. I'm married now. What's the matter?
Hmm?
Well, everybody knows that I like horror movies. That was not something that I've gotten into as I've gotten older. I've been watching horror movies since I was like 6 years old. Always loved them. Love anything scary. I'm down for the cause. Well, I went out on a date with a guy many, 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 many years ago, and we went to go see the original Cabin Fever. And he's like, "Are you absolutely?" We had eaten lunch, and then we went to go watch this movie. And he's like, "Are you absolutely sure you want to watch this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, no, no. I love horror. I'm excited to see this. It looks so cool. Like, love Al Roth. Like, let's do this." Bad idea. Very bad idea. Anyone who's seen the movie, well, either one of them,
Yep.
because the remake is the exact copy of the
Yep.
original, just with worse actors. I don't know why, but they look so punchable. Like if they
It's
don't
like,
look like you want to hit them, you're from a younger generation.
uh-huh.
But I digress. We get to the leg shaving scene of the movie.
Oh God! Oh God! What? No! No! No!
I lost
I
it.
didn't
No, no, no.
even.
That's all. Nope. That's all. I lost it. I lost it.
Oh God!
I ran
Oh
out of the
God!
movie
Why?
theater.
Why? Why? I could have. I didn't need to remember. I didn't need to remember
I
that.
didn't describe it. All I said was,
Yeah, you
"Hey,
know. And now it's in my head. Now it's in my head.
ladies
It's
and
in my head.
gentlemen." Well, I should say, gentlemen. This is what happens when you remember this scene. You see how Cozy's behaving?
Oh God!
That is every
I.
woman.
Oh
Every woman.
God! See,
Because
the
if
thing
you've
is,
ever shaved your legs, you've
I,
scraped
I don't
yourself.
even shave my legs though. But but that to me is
But you
still
have.
probably that to me is like top, like easily top five most. Oh God, I didn't need to see that in any movie I've ever seen. Oh God, thank you, thank you. That's just it's there.
I don't regret watching that movie. I regret watching that movie on a date after eating dinner or lunch.
That was literally
That is
no.
what I regret.
You know how long I couldn't eat like spaghetti sauce for after watching that movie?
I called my mom. I literally left the movie theater, went and got sick. And before I went back into the movie theater, I called my mom because I have never in my entire life that I am aware of ever gotten sick from a scene before. And it freaked me out because I wondered if something was wrong with me. Because by that point, I had already seen a bunch of banned movies and everything else. So it was like, and I'd seen Faces of Death, and I'd seen all these things, and nothing, nothing, nothing. And we thought Faces of Death were absolutely true, real, honest to God images, and that did not even mess me up the way
No, there's something. Oh, everything about that scene is just
it's just
terrible.
it's
Just
nasty. It's just
it's
nasty.
probably oh gosh. And I think it's because it's something that's like completely like kind of relatable
Mhm.
and kind of like ugh, 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 ugh. Mm.
Yo, you're too funny. So you should be the last person saying when you eat a TSWS podcast. And I have to say, I don't regret I regret watching the new It because the effects were a little too good for comfort. Um, and I guess maybe because they spent more time with the kids because they did a whole movie with just the kids, and then later on with the adults thing. The whole thing was just very uncomfortable. Um, Final Destination, I'm not even gonna lie, my kid's gonna be sitting down in the next year or two to watch them all like back to back to back to back because why not traumatize the next generation? We've all been messed up. Like nobody around us will drive around log trucks, so like why wouldn't we terrorize the next generation? They're
Yep.
already getting safe spaces and feelings and all this other stuff. We got to do something to traumatize these kids, and Final Destination's it. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
You've got to ruin them somehow. Can't do much of anything anymore. It's illegal. So, Final Destination it is. Uh, okay. So I guess I'll go with my second choice of my regrettable movies that I sat through. Smile. I didn't like the movie. I found it left me with far too many questions and not in like a mysterious thing kind of way, more like a what the heck happened kind of way. Where did this come from?
Hmm.
My kid already stays in the house. Maybe her seeing Final Destination will get her out of my house. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. No. No, I didn't care for Smile. I thought it was a very boring movie. And as someone who has been, the world's been ending most of my life, um, that Smile thing just wasn't terrifying to me. It was just more like a what's wrong with your face? Did you get too much Botox? Too many facelifts? What's going on here? You look ridiculous. You look like the Joker without the makeup. So, no, and the fact that they're making a second one, why? Who asked for that? Who wanted that? I'm genuinely curious. Who likes the movie Smile? I want to know. Because if you like it, I'd like for you to explain it to me. Maybe I can find some new appreciation for it. Like years ago, I didn't like Season of the Witch. My
I like
friend,
Season of the Witch.
I love it now. My friend sat me down and we had an honest to God discussion about it. And I love the movie now because he made his point. He sold me on it. I don't think I met anyone that likes Smile. Anyone I've discussed it with, they're
Nope.
like, yeah,
I
I
didn't
don't
like
like it.
Smile.
I don't like it.
I didn't like Smile.
Who liked it?
I didn't
Who
like
wanted a
Smile.
second? Who asked for the second one?
I don't
Somebody
know.
had
It's
to.
like who knew? It's like sometimes I feel like these movies get sequels because like someone knew someone, so and they're like, "Well, I want this movie to happen."
Is there such a thing as like well, yeah, I guess maybe they could greenlight two movies in one go. We think this will do great. People are stupid. The plot's not hard. There's no information they have to hold. It'll be great.
Yeah.
That movie's so dumb. If anyone can explain it to me, I would be
No,
so happy because I genuinely did not get that movie. I watched the end of it, I turned it off, and I called my mom and was like, "What the hell was that?"
it was like so. I get the concept. It was just like a demon make you. It was like it couldn't like take you until you were like incredibly weak. And the weak point would be when it terrorized you to the point you were ready to just off yourself.
Where did it come from, though? Why does it pick its people?
Oh,
What?
it's whoever the person to see someone kill themselves. The person who has it last, but actually doesn't explain where it came
But
from
that
initially.
doesn't. But that doesn't even make sense because who's to say someone's going to walk in just at the time your host is killing themselves? Like you
Oh,
have to
the
really
demon.
rely on
No, oh,
somebody
no, that's what the
being
thing. That's because the
nosy.
demon picks you. The demon picks. The demon waits. The demon knows. Although it didn't make sense in the end. Oh yeah, it did because the demon the demon was with her, so the demon knew that she would call like her ex dude to watch her die.
I still don't. I don't know. I don't want to watch it again.
But it
Maybe
didn't
I
make it.
have
It
to.
still didn't make it any more sensible.
Hmm. Phone booth. That's the one with Colin Firth. No, Colin, the Irish guy, right? Am I thinking that right?
Yes,
Scottish,
Colin Farrell.
Farrell. Yeah, Scottish, Irish, something like that. Anyway, yeah, that's the one with him, right? And he's stuck in the phone booth with the hitman. The movie was long, very long. I honestly can't remember if I liked it or not because it was so long ago. I just remember
Same.
it being exceptionally long, and I remember after I watched it thinking that could have been like a half hour and it would have been all right.
I'm not sure if it was long or if it seemed long because it didn't really spend much time elsewhere.
No, it is a long movie. It's
Oh,
like an hour and a half. I mean, for a guy standing in a friggin'
wait,
phone booth
that's
the whole
normal, isn't
time.
it? 90 minutes is an
Yeah,
hour and a half.
that's about normal for a
I think it
movie,
just
but
felt long because like it
you're in
didn't
a
have a lot of
phone booth.
scenes.
One guy in a phone booth, 4 hours.
Yeah, it had the lack of scenes probably made it seem even longer.
But the most interesting thing was, I believe, was a pimp or a homeless guy or somebody got shot. It's the most entertaining part of the whole movie. Most action, I should say, in the movie. Not entertaining. It wasn't really entertaining so much as that was the most action in the movie.
Yeah.
Yubi's like, nah, it's dog. Oh, it's too funny. Tell us how you really feel about it, Yubi.
I
Tell me how
mean,
you really feel. No, I don't blame you.
it was it happened. I barely remember it. I know I saw it.
Some movies you find it real. I don't know about you, but there's some movies if I absolutely like, unless I truly find a reason to like tune in to harp on something in specific that I despise, like Paranormal Activity, I'll forget the whole movie. Like I just wipe the whole. It's like a trauma response. My brain's like, this is too traumatic for you. It was so bad it was traumatic. Then I
I
forget you ever watched it.
I have the opposite reaction in that I will watch a movie and I remember movies. I'll remember I've seen a movie if it's like just okay.
Hmm.
I'll remember a movie if I've seen it and it's exceptionally bad. I don't finish movies if I think it's exceptionally bad. I just move on. So I don't. There aren't a whole lot of movies that are I think are bad that I've seen. Actually, there probably there's only probably one movie I think that I thought was really bad and I didn't like it. But generally speaking, sometimes I'll like put on a movie and I'll be like, "Oh, this movie sounds interesting." And then like maybe 15 minutes in, I was like, "This oh, I tried watching this." Uh yeah, I tried watching this. And yeah, that's how it is. You try watching a movie and then realize that you have seen the movie before.
Yeah, I've done that before. I've done that before.
Joey, I didn't eat anything weird last time. I just had poop tea.
Oh my
See?
god.
It's
Okay.
poop tea.
So somebody else has to have some movies that they regret watching besides Yobi. I mean, Doggy, Dreadpool,
Regret watching The Acolyte.
Tenny. I know one of you guys has to
I
Alkali. Alkali, I didn't watch all of it. I've watched some of it. What I watched was fairly entertaining. However, do I find it entertaining enough to get back into Star Wars for more humba jubba? No,
I'm not a
no.
Star Wars fan, so
If they want to do a live action make of the zombies from Star Wars on the jail ship, I will absolutely not only watch it, I will buy it on Blu ray, I will buy a collector's edition, whole nine, because that book is my favorite. Um, Will they ever do that though? No, because they're boring and basic. And if it doesn't have main characters in it, well, then Jesus Christ. So No. And the guy being topless for like 2 seconds in Alkali is not enough for me to watch an entire series. And he's not that great looking. It's really not worth it. He's cute for a kid.
What?
Not interested.
Oh,
The one who plays Jason from The Happy Place, that show with what's her? Can't think of her name. Anyway, he was on The Quiet Place, or not Quiet Place. Happy.
the quiet place, the happy place.
The one where they're like supposed to be in heaven, but they're actually in hell. I can't remember. Something about happy. Something.
Oh, the good
The
place.
Good Place. There we go. The Good Place. Happy Place. Big difference. You guys know what I meant.
I love the good place.
Jason from The Good Place. He's in the
Oh
Alkali.
yeah.
He gets topless like one of the last episodes or something, and I'm like, and people are like, "This is the reason to watch." I'm like,
What?
one, he's like 20, if that. Two,
I'm
oh,
pretty sure he's a lot older.
I don't think he's that old.
I'm pretty sure he's a lot older. Because that would make sense because everyone else in the good place is like 30s. Like 30 something years old
Yeah, and he's
actors.
supposed to be like the baby.
He wasn't a baby. I think he was just Asian.
He looked like a baby.
Probably because he's Asian.
I, you know,
I don't think he's that
I
young.
don't know if that's true. I'm gonna
Oh,
look.
yeah,
I'm gonna
no.
look it up right now.
I'm looking it up. He's not that young.
36. He's 36. He's youngish, not that young. Okay, I stand corrected. He's not a baby. He just looks like a baby.
Yeah.
Still something very wrong about staring at that man topless. I'm just saying. I feel creepy. Not doing it. Thanks anyway.
But yeah,
That's too funny. All right, what's your next one? Oh, happy birthday, Yobi!
happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Yobi. Happy birthday to
To
you.
you. Brava, sa brava. That's awesome, though. Good for you. Just wait till you hit 40. It's so fun. I'm just kidding. Not 40 yet. Soon enough.
Wait, what was your second one?
Smile.
Oh, what was your first one?
Paranormal activity.
Okay, am I gonna take your third one? I hope not.
You know what? Even if you do, I got plenty I can pull out. There's so many out there.
The Cabin Fever remake.
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
I was like, I wonder what different and unique things they'll do with this. And I was like, they really just first of all, I was like, who asked for this? Who's like, man, a movie really needs a remake? Cabin Fever. I'm pretty sure no one has ever uttered. I mean, obviously someone did because they made it, but it was like, who asked for this? And then they just literally were just like, same movie, different actors. Like, okay.
No, see,
And the way can you not scratch yourself when we're talking about Cabin Fever?
I could absolutely shit on the remake. Now, the remake was terrible. Why would they? Why? The original one, it's not that old. It's not old enough for a remake. Two, it holds up beautifully as far as special effects, acting, scenery, everything goes. The whole thing is beautifully done, beautifully shot. The comedy is just at the right parts. It's serious in the other parts where it's supposed to be. It's really good. If they were going to remake anything from that series, they should have done Cabin Fever 2. That movie could use a little bit of love. It was extremely tongue in cheek. It's very dark comedy. Um, there were some scenes that could have been left out entirely. Um, and there could have been some things that could have been added. That would have been an even better remake.
Yeah.
But to remake Cabin Fever and to put a bunch of actors that nobody knows and to make the characters more unlikable, that was just bad form. Like you're waiting for, I don't know about you, but I watched the whole thing just waiting for them all to get sick one by one. It was like, I cannot wait till you die because you suck.
Hmm.
Can't wait for it. That's just me. I'm that type of person. If the characters in the movie are bad, I will absolutely just watch just to see them all go in various ways. Which brings me to my third pick.
Uh-oh.
Bodies, bodies, bodies.
Uh-oh. I have
Oh
not
my
seen it.
God. It's a newer horror movie.
Yeah.
It's got Pete Davidson in it, and I can't even think of who else. There's a couple of people in it, and they're like all the newer, younger little kids. No, they're young folks, like 20s. Um, it is just a really, really bad. It's just really bad. I have you watched it?
Me?
Yeah,
Oh, no. I looked at that and immediately knew that it was not something that I would want to watch.
I thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? I tend to not like a lot of the newer, younger horror movies, so I'm gonna try and give this one a chance because it's got the whole, we're kind of stuck into a house in a stormy thing situation. I'm like, okay, we're going back to like old school storytelling, so maybe this will be worth it. I hated everyone in that movie. Not a single person was likable. Not one person was okay. Not one person would you not punch in the throat. Every
Yeah,
single one of them.
that checks out. The commercial made it look like it was a bunch of unlikable people. Uh,
I mean, don't get me wrong. It was the ending made it so much funnier because it fit pure perfectly. It was like, yeah, that absolutely tracks why these things happen. Um, douchebaggery, douchebags create douchebags. Um, I just can't believe that somebody released it and said, this is going to be a good movie, guys. I could see this making a lot of money. Oh my gosh, what were you guys thinking? Uh, Lee Pace, we are so disappointed in you, sir. You've played elves in Lord of the Ring, and this is what you do with your time.
oh
Really?
man,
You need Jesus.
everyone has like bad ones.
This is a shit show.
Everyone has done something bad.
Do you know why it all starts?
What?
Do you know why the whole movie starts? I can tell you why it starts. It's not exactly a secret because about 5 minutes in, you figure it out. Paranoia. They're all assholes. Not one of them trusts the other one. What kind of shitty friends are they?
I mean, weren't
You're
they
gonna
like?
go to a house in the middle of a hurricane, in the middle of nowhere, with someone you don't trust? What kind of friend? What?
Were they like? Weren't they? I thought they were supposed to be terrible people.
They are. They're horrible people. I don't know if they're supposed to be, but they
So,
absolutely are
so the
terrible
movie.
people.
So from the trailer, it for me personally, it made it look like uh a bunch of the type of people that were just basically like in real life they'd be drama and
Is that
problematic.
where I messed up? Because I never saw any of the trailers. That might be where I
Oh,
fucked up.
okay. Yeah, I
That
saw
might
the
be how I
trailer
fucked up.
and it made them watch the trailer, then you understand why it doesn't look like a movie that you'd want to see.
Damn
But yeah, they just look like a bunch of like the world's most obnoxious,
it. See, I thought
people.
because I was like, you know what? Because they came out with that movie hashtag murder or something like a while back, or it was just hashtag. Maybe it was just murder. I don't know. I can't remember. But it was okay. But it was like a bunch of the younger folks in a horror situation. I was like, this isn't horrible, but it's not great.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this could be okay.
Nah. uh, watch the trailer, then you'll be like, oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
this was
no,
terrible.
I can't believe that the Elf King was in it. And sir, find Jesus.
Everyone has a
You
what you call it?
nasty. Hey, those people are all like 40 years younger than you.
Oh,
Sir, I
that was
don't care
also
if you're
weird.
playing a role. That is inappropriate.
That was also weird. I did find that weird, like because I don't know how old he is,
I mean,
but
don't get me wrong. His character is supposed to be that creepy guy
oh,
anyway, like
that
that
makes sense.
sleazy. He's very sleazy, hippie. Like okay, everybody's met one of these guys. Let's be honest with ourselves for a minute. The guy who wants to try and still be cool and hang out with the 20-year-olds, even though he's like 60. And
Yeah,
he's all like, I meditate and do yoga and I go skiing and I do all this fun young stuff. And it's like, bro, you're pushing 70. You need to stop hanging out with 20-year-olds.
yeah.
Don't care if you
Okay,
can
so it
keep up
makes
or not. You
so I
shouldn't
mean I
do
guess they
it.
did, but that means they would have to find someone older to play it. So it makes sense that he's there.
Yeah. I just find it hard for him. Him in particular. There would have been like several other choices. I would have been like, okay,
I
okay.
mean, he's a
Maybe it's because I
good actor.
know he's the Elf King, and I'm like, this is not okay.
I I know him
I
from
like Lord of the Rings.
I know him from what's the that movie, the TV show, um
Oh,
where he touches things.
yeah.
Was he touched something and something dead and
Pushing Daisies.
yes,
Yeah, Pushing Daisies.
I watched that show hardcore.
I didn't watch that show for a long, long time. No, I knew him from The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings and all that. But then again, I liked Tolkien when I was growing up. I used to read it, so I am that nerdy. Was, I should say. I haven't read that in a
You
long
can't
time.
read.
I still read sometimes. Ah, the original Mario Brothers movie, that was a crime against humanity.
What original? I thought there was only one Mario Brothers
No,
movie.
there absolutely was a live action.
No, there wasn't. I'm pretty sure there wasn't.
No, there was.
There wasn't.
There
There
absolutely.
definitely wasn't.
You can try and forget it all you want, but it happened. It happened. And I'm not even mad at it because you know what? John Leguizamo is freaking hilarious. And he is funny in just about everything he's ever done, including that movie. Yeah, not a good movie, but he was funny. So, although I have to admit, I've watched the new Mario movie and I think I've seen it like two or three times, and I still couldn't tell you what it's about. It's one of those movies that I don't like it, but I don't hate it. I just can't remember it. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I had the same problem with The Black Knight. Didn't hate it, didn't like it, but I could never remember it. And I watched it like four times to try and couldn't tell you what it's about. Do I care? No, not at all.
Makes sense.
Doggy says, third Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie was trash. I haven't watched any of those since I think the original two from like the 90s. Those were the last ones I watched, I think. I think I saw the ones they released a few years back and I was like, that they don't look right. They don't look like Ninja Turtles, so I'm just not even gonna waste my time. You know, the clips that I saw, yeah, I was right in my choice. I was right in my choice. They did not look good. That's just me though. uh so I'm surprised. I figured, I mean, everybody has like, I thought everyone carried like a list of at least like six movies that they can't stand and they just regret watching for
I,
everything.
I personally, I think it's because of the way I watch movies. I don't have that problem.
Oh, I can give you one that a lot of people actually really, really liked. And I know I'm going to have some people upset about this one.
Uh oh. Uh oh.
The Hobbit live action movies. Terrible. I'm saying it. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, they're bad. Here's why. If you don't know the story, you've never read the book, or you were unfortunate enough to never see the old 19, well, like 70 something movie, cartoon movie, you have no idea half the time what the hell is going on. I've read the book. I've seen the other movies. I remember watching the old dark cartoon as a kid. And watching those two movies back to back, I couldn't tell you what the hell was going on half the time. Drippool kept asking me, he's like, "You read it?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, not sure what they're supposed to be doing, but I think this is what they're supposed to be doing. Maybe it's just me, but I
I,
thought the new ones were not good.
I don't know. I never. Uh, I read like half of one of them, but I don't really like fantasy, so I never finished it.
Ooh. Blind Side. Yeah, The Blind Side is a cute movie. Except unfortunately, we've now had real life ruin it by going, they didn't do what they said they did. And the family's going
Stole all
back
of
and
his
forth
money.
in court. It's a shame. It was a cute movie. Would have been nice if it were true. Unfortunately, it's not.
Oof. Yeah.
But it is what it is. We can't all be perfect, I suppose. Oh, that's too funny. Do you have another movie you want to throw under the bus in
I,
reverse?
like I said, there are very few movies that I can recommend because unless it's outstandingly terrible, a lot of my movie watching is just like, oh, let me just go see that movie, and so a lot of times I don't have great recall. Like the same thing with you, like where I don't have, but except I won't necessarily be mad at a movie. It'll just be like, it was a movie. It was entertaining for when I watched it. Would I ever watch it again? Probably not. Will I remember this that I never watched it? Probably not. Because I do that all the time with movies where I pick them up and start watching them, and I'm like, I did already see this, and then stop watching it and go on to something else.
That's funny. Oh, Dougie says date movie. That movie was trash. That movie was supposed to be trash. I'm just saying, like the date movie and scary movie and all that. Yeah, those were supposed to be trash. Like that was their whole thing. I mean, did they take it too far after the second or third scary movie with all of those movies? Absolutely. So terrible. So bad. But
I would like to. I saw the first scary movie in theaters.
you gotta admit, date movie is funny when homegirl falls down the stairs. She's supposed to be doing her slow walk out, her slow descension off the stairs, and she just bloop. That shit's funny. Can't tell me that wasn't funny, but that's funny. Yeah, it was all over the news. You'll be like, I don't know, like a year or two ago. What's his face? Michael, right? Isn't that his name? Michael sued the family for withholding profits from the movie, the story, and apparently from his football career. But
Yeah.
the counter problem, their countersuit was that he had access to all his money and he had been frivolously spending it all these years. And they didn't quite adopt him. They put a conservatorship on him. And then I hadn't heard anything else about it since then. So what all happened, I'm not sure. I said, cute movie though. Sandra Bullock does a good job in almost any movie she's in, really. It's kind of like Julia Roberts. They're really good in their movies. Ah, make a or that's right. Yeah, apparently they had him under a conservatorship. And we're taking money from him, I guess. I don't, like I said, I don't
That's what
know.
you do. That's not what you do, but that's what you do.
I would imagine a business manager would be a great thing to invest in. That's usually who catches that, or an accountant or something. I don't know. I don't have money. I don't have rich people problems.
But if you're young and you don't know these things, and the people that you trust to help you out take advantage of you, it's like another hurdle.
Oh, yeah. People that are related do that to each other all the time.
Yeah, and then they end up screwed over and they don't realize until later. And then you have like people having to explain to them, like, hey, so that was messed up.
They don't care. I take it you've never had to deal with inheritance before and greedy family members because they genuinely just don't care. If they're going to be greedy, they're going to be greedy anyway. Oh, hey, Paul. How's it going? So, exactly what are you doing up so late? Because isn't it past your bedtime, sir? Just kidding. I'm just kidding. The Napoleon Dynamite saw it for free, wanted a refund. Tree of Life should have never been up for the best pick. Our audience applauded when it ended because it ended. Ooh. I didn't see Tree of Life. I never saw that one. Um, Never had an urge to see that one personally. Napoleon Dynamite, very, very dry humor. Um, has a few iconic lines, but it's only because they're so stupid and off the wall. I mean, it's kind of like that whole lingo they've got going today. If anyone can explain what skibbity bop tea toilet is, feel free. I have no idea. Nobody seems to know. When I ask my kid, she points to a music video of a talking toilet with a head coming out of it. I don't understand these things. I would imagine Tree of Life does go on for quite a while. Isn't it a longer movie too? Isn't that the one where it's like supposed to be a couple different lifeline or life timelines or something, right? I think it's like several different timelines and about a tree or I don't know. Who knows? Pineapple.
Just whisper pineapple.
Listen, if you're eating pineapple, you're nasty and you need Jesus.
I like pineapple so much. Pineapple doesn't
Disgusting.
like me.
It's because it tries to eat anything that eats it.
Yeah, but it shouldn't give me a rash. That's not fair.
No, you have the beginning stages of an allergy. You're welcome.
It doesn't matter.
Stop. Stop exposing yourself to it
If I
now.
expose myself enough, eventually it'll go away. Or the problem will go away. The
As
problem goes
someone,
away either way.
no, as a person with a pineapple allergy, I'm here to tell you it gets worse. Much,
Well,
much
that if
worse.
it gets worse enough, it'll go away. That's what I'm saying.
Because you're going to die.
The problem either goes away or it goes away.
So you hear it here, folks. You have my permission. If you see Cozy out and about eating pineapple, feel free to smack it out of her hand.
That actually happened before with mango. And I just sat there like staring at the ground. And I was like, what'd you do that for? And you're like, you're not supposed to be eating that. But why is this fruit so
That's
good?
right. You have an allergy to mango, too. I forgot about
But
that.
it's so good.
Like I told you last time we discussed it. Stop.
But it's so good. I'd rather like just suffer and never have mango again. It's so sweet and sticky, messy and delicious. And then you like lick your fingers afterwards, and like your face is all sticky. So good.
Okay, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to smack it out of her hands if you see her eating pineapple or mango. Those two in particular. Anything else, you will get beat yourself. She could accidentally get us all killed one day. Just saying.
No, I'm very careful with allergies around other people because I already accidentally got someone killed. No, almost.
I was about to say,
Almost.
I've
Almost.
never heard this story. I want to
Almost.
know.
Almost. I gave someone a pastry, not, and they didn't know, and I didn't know that they were allergic to pistachio.
That's
Yep.
really a good idea, Yobi. Might have to do that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Paul, you nasty, and you need to start.
Oh God, Paul.
Slow your roll, Grandpa. Slow
Oh,
your roll. I
Paul.
will take the battery out of your wheelchair. I'm going to hell. Hey, it's a good thing I already knew where I was going, but man, if I didn't already have a reserved spot, I absolutely just reserved it. Oh gosh. Oh shit. That's too funny. All right, everybody. Well, it is now starting to rain and storm here. I am watching it light up
Uh-oh.
outside as if it's the middle of the day, which means someone's going to hit something soon. We can drive in snow, but we can't drive in rain. That's how it goes in Florida.
Oh. Wait, what?
We get northerners that come down here and they can drive in snow, so they automatically assume that they'll be fine in the
They're very
rainstorms
different
and
conditions.
completely different. And they come to that realization. Bad timing, usually. Bad timing. Yopi, you're funny. Well, I mean, I could probably throw out another game. You have another game you could throw under the bus and put a reverse on? 'Cause I'm sure I could probably think of one. Oh, you know what? Bonus. Pick a game that you regret playing.
Oh. Okay, okay. That's one. The Greedfall. Let me tell you about how, on paper, it seemed like a very ideal game. Very, very ideal. Very insanely ideal. The thing is, the best way to describe the game is it's a game. You press the right buttons, you get the desired results, but something about it was incredibly nondescript and boring.
Oh.
Like I can't even place it in like a. It wasn't like it was a bad game. It was
Hmm.
just so unfulfilling that I would forget. This happened multiple times where I forgot I was playing it. I put it down because I was like, this is boring. Went to do something else. Picked it up and I like started like playing it again like a few months later. Like, oh yes, sounds like an interesting game. Let me try it.
Hmm.
And then I was like, oh yeah, I must have already been playing this. And then I would start, and I'm like, let me start over. And I'd be like, I was like, oh yeah, I guess I understand why. And it happened like 3 or 4 times where I just
Hmm.
picked this game up and not remember that I thought it was like boring. Not even boring in a way that frustrated me and upset me. Boring in a way that was just like, you know how hard it is to be a game that I forget. Like to leave absolutely no impression, not an impression of good, even if I don't finish it, it can still be good. But it was just like, oh yeah, I forgot. That was a game. It happened.
No, no, I've been there. I've been there. Played a game and completely forgotten about it after the fact. In fact, I can't even remember the name of it now. So it doesn't matter. It did not make an impression one way or another enough for me to remember it. But Dreadpool absolutely mentioned the movie or the game I was going to. Alien Isolation. I regret buying it. Oh, hey,
Ah,
RWK. I regret buying Alien Isolation on digital. I regret ever thinking I would enjoy it. I regret putting the game on. I regret sitting 30 minutes through it for nothing to happen. I regret everything of that. There is not a single moment in that game that I did not regret. That game is so boring and so dumb. And yeah, Paul, I know you like Alien Isolation, and I'm seriously glad that somebody likes it because I thought the game was absolute garbage. Um, so glad somebody liked it. I hope it was more, maybe it was more entertaining for other people. Maybe if you have more patience than I do. I don't know. I'm not really sure entirely what I was expecting, but I know I wasn't expecting to be walking around an empty ship for hours on end, just going, you gotta be quiet, can't make any noise. And then hiding in closets and things from an alien. It's like, why am I hiding? The whole point of this is for me to be fighting these things. And instead of hiding and sneaking around the ship, what? I'm supposed to be Ripley's kid, but I'm hiding. Okay. Okay. hmm No, game was terrible. Glad someone enjoyed it. The only reason they got to keep my money is because I was dumb enough to buy a digital copy of it. And ever since then, I have argued with Dreadpool on digital copies. Yeah, I'd rather eat pineapple. And in case those who don't get the joke, I'm highly allergic to pineapple. It will, in fact, kill me. So, uh, I'd rather take my chances with life and death than have to ever play Alien Isolation again. I think we moved it to one gaming console one time, and I looked at him like, "Why'd you do that? I'm never touching it again." Which is why I regret buying digital because you can't sell digital games. I
Yeah, I
could
wish
have
you
at least
could.
traded it in for something else if
Or
it
at least
were
give away,
okay.
sell, give it away. That'd be cool if you could just be like, revoke my license from my account.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly wouldn't mind giving it to somebody else if they said, "Hey, I want to play it or I enjoy it and I want to have at it. Go enjoy." But no, that game made me regret digital copies. I only buy digital copies now when I'm positive I like the game. So I guess it was a good learning experience. Tell you that. But all right, does anyone else have a game that they would don't like and regret buying or playing? And Dreadpool, we all know you regret buying Alien Isolation because I've been complaining about it for X amount of years. So we already know you regret buying Alien Isolation. What's another one that you regret buying me? Oh, no, I got the attention of the kid. The child has risen. Satan's spawn has arrived. Hmm?
Nothing? Nothing?
Well, she's
Come
looking
on.
up the name. She forgot the name of it. She's like, I know exactly what that is. Oh, okay. It's nice. Even kids have their opinions. And I'm willing to bet she's going to pick a good game, too. Hopefully. I mean, a good game to regret. She plays some weird games, though. I gotta be honest. Sometimes her tastes confuse me. She still plays like she likes Minecraft. I I've said before, and I'll say it again. The graphics on that confuse me because everything is a square box. I
Hmm.
thought the whole point of this beautiful, 8K tech was supposed to have like smooth, lifelike, you know. Instead, we're still dealing with boxes
Because it
and
looks cool.
pixels. Okay, okay.
Minecraft is pretty.
Game that was compared to Mass Effect on Xbox One. Hmm.
Hmm?
Trying to think. Yobi says there was one game in the websites compared it to Mass Effect. It was an Xbox One game, but he forgot the name, but it was dog shit. Hmm. Xbox One. I don't know. I'm not sure. That one could be just about anything, honestly. There were a couple of games on Xbox One they tried to compare, I think, to Mass Effect.
Everything.
Okay, I have the name of the game my child regrets.
Well,
Totally reliable
delivery
delivery
service?
service.
Ah, okay.
She regrets that one. That is her game of regret right there. Now that's
Oh,
interesting because the child doesn't regret too many games, so that's pretty funny considering she played the Fallout Shelter game where you have to run around as like one family. You're playing a family unit and you have to take each character to collect certain things in the house for the bomb shelter before the bomb goes off
the
and the
Fallout
timer
Shelter game?
ends. Yeah.
I like Fallout Shelter.
Yeah. 60 seconds. Yeah. It was just funny. She did not do well her first round. She picked mom and dad, and that were the only two she had in her shelter with like little to no food and drink. Is great. I was like, well, now that you know how to play, why don't you restart it? She goes, oh, I'm just gonna finish this one up first. I don't know.
I made someone come out and go check out what they can gather, and I got 10. I got wait no, I got 2 boxes of food and 1 box of water. So
That's too funny. Yeah, let me know, Yobi, when you remember the name of it. I don't blame you for not wanting to think about it, though. I can completely understand that, especially if you spent money on it. Yeah, that's always aggravating when you buy a game and it's terrible. That's the worst, honestly. But well, with that being said, guys, we're gonna get ahead of now because well, it is storming now more here than ever.
No. Just put buckets outside. Just put an umbrella over your house.
I'm not trying to carry the rain or keep the rain. I don't care about the rain. I just know people drive. They're
Just
idiots.
build a moat. And people can't drive. Let's just build a moat and a bridge across to get to the moat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That doesn't work though. We
Okay.
need little inflatable dinghies. Everybody needs to get an inflatable dinghy. All right, Yobi, I'm waiting. I am standing by because I'm genuinely curious what this game is now. I'm gonna die laughing if it's something I've played and I actually like. Be like, yeah, that sounds about right. I would like a game that other people despise because the Rise of Nightmares was difficult. The Insane Asylum game that was insane. Haha, get it? Insane Asylum game, insane. I'll be here all week. Don't worry, folks. Blonde chick. The front cover is blue with a blonde chick on the front. My guy, you just described like a ton of games. Blue cover with a blonde chick on the front. That's like, oh god, I don't even know where to start with that. I'm guessing I know it's a horror game. Is it Rise of Nightmares? No, that's not blue. Huh. I know Rise of Nightmares has like a light haired girl on the cover, but the background's black and taupe. Mm. Hmm. Dreadpool, you're the guy with the long memory and encyclopedic knowledge on games that no one should ever remember. Help me out here, guy. I love it. Yobi takes it seriously. It's like, you want to know what the name of the game is? I'm going to find you that name.
He's gonna find it.
That's a true friend right there. It's like, I'm going to save you guys from buying this shit. Can't even be mad about it. Someone's got to buy it so we all know it's terrible. If Yopi's Xbox looks anything like my Xbox, there's kind of a couple hundred games he's got to scroll through. So I'm willing. I know it's a wait. It'd be a minute. Some of us have massive libraries on our Xboxes. Hmm. That could explain why I have so many. Give me, crack me up. Okay, don't keep me waiting. I'm so curious. If this is Rise of Nightmares, I'm gonna die laughing. I think Rise of Nightmares is actually in the blue box.
Did you find it yet? What is it? What is it?
What is the name? What's the name? You're killing me, Yomi.
What's the name? Come on! Come on!
Okay, here we go. Everreach Project
Project
Eden.
Eden. I never even heard of that.
Never heard of it. Oh my god. I think it might be funnier than me
You left
knowing it.
us. You really left us like, oh man, we just need the name.
Oh, that's too great. All right, I'm looking this up.
It's $25 on Steam, so a little more than I would pay to play it.
Oh. Oh, I did see an ad for this ages and ages ago. I didn't like the way it looked. I just remember that. I don't remember anything else about it. I just remember I didn't like the way it looked. Am I surprised that it's bad? No. Is it sad? Yeah.
Oh wow! So there are some more recent reviews of it.
Oh, really? Do tell.
But most of the a lot of it's mixed reaction, but a lot of the technical bad things about it people say, and like people are still giving it credit even though they're not really recommending it. They're like, oh, it's it did a thing, but apparently it was a small team, a very very small team, and I guess it was not that having a small team meant that it didn't couldn't do what it wanted to do
Uh-huh.
necessarily. It's apparently also a really short game.
Hmm. That's really surprising, though. Honestly, I can't believe they compared it to Mass Effect, though. Looked like a small team started it, then 4 hours later, everybody fell asleep. That very well could have been what happened. I mean, back
Oh,
then.
it's my wish list, and I will try it when it's on sale.
Oh, you're gonna regret that.
Now I'm gonna play it and like it just because you said that. Probably
you,
not.
I was about to say, you think so, but I know you won't. Oh God. What did I say? I didn't say anything. She is nasty. She does need Jesus. She's eating macaroni and cheese when she knows she shouldn't be. She definitely needs Jesus. We know that. She knows that. Everybody knows that.
What? Why do I need Jesus? Macaroni and cheese is good. Who doesn't love macaroni and cheese?
Yeah, I can actually picture her liking the Eden game just because, yeah, we all hate it. Just like I can picture her watching Bodies after this to be like, it's not that bad.
I know I'm not gonna enjoy. I know. I already know I'm not gonna enjoy Bodies because you watch the trailer and you'll understand exactly what I mean by it's a movie that immediately is off-putting. I'm gonna buy it, Yobi, once it's on sale. I'm gonna buy it when it's on sale. Actually, no, I'm not gonna waste my money on. I have a bunch of money on my Xbox account that I could use for. I'm gonna try it. You never know. I might
There's
like
like
it.
a billion other games I'd much rather buy and play. Like
I think it
so
helps that
many
I
other
also
games.
really like space games.
Space. I like space games too, but not enough. There's some things it's just no. No, no, no. That's just my opinion. Oh, it's too funny. Okay.
Maybe I gotta try it.
Oh, I'm dying over here. Okay. Well, everybody, it has been amazing talking to you guys. And for my lurkers in the background, thank you for watching. Feel free to say nice things. Don't hurt the feelings.
Yeah.
You end up on lists that way. You don't want to be on the list.
I do
You
want to be on
definitely
the
don't want to be on
list.
mine.
I want to be
Fred
on
does
your
though.
list. Does it mean I get cake and candy?
No,
Oh.
no. If you make it to my list,
I want to. Don't you have
I
a
don't want
list
to ruin the
for
surprise.
cake and candy?
That's a different list. That's a different list.
I want to be on that list.
You're already on that list.
Oh, the cake and candy list. I have a three the 13-pound bag of saltwater taffy.
Oh, Jesus.
You want to see it before we go?
All right, hurry up. We got less than a minute. Oh, let's see. Let's see how this goes. She's always got massive quantities of sugar in her house and in her, I would assume. She cracks me up. Only person I know that can have like a 30-pound bag of sugar.